Hi there, everyone. Welcome into another episode of After Hours. I'm your host, Stephen Ruffing, and alongside of me is Colin Kirkwood, Daniel Beck, and Matthew Hagees. Fellas, how are you?
Living life.
Yeah?
Just hanging in.
It's been a great week so far.
It has been a great week. It's nice to, hump day, as some people, we're filming this on a Wednesday, as it might be re-airing. I think it re-airs tonight. Anyway, we're going to start off the show with a video that has went viral these past couple days. It's a little baby girl. She mistakens a water heater for a robot. If we have that clip, can we please roll it? Yeah, I mean, we can come back, but it's adorable. Like, it's as innocent and as cute as you could get.
That's me. That's my reaction every single time I see you. Like the first time I see you. Yeah.
You think I'm a robot?
Well, no,
I am not a robot.
Well, yeah, no, but that little girl is me. So.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Guys.
Get a freeze frame of that. Name more iconic duo. I'll wait.
Yeah.
Wait. We have to wait now.
Yeah.
We have to wait. And
But
we'll be waiting.
you know what? That girl is sneaky. Don't let her cuteness fool you. She switched up on that robot real fast. Did you see her go towards that sewage?
Yeah.
That sewage grate?
gotta
Oh
watch
man,
out.
she
That's scary.
was like, "I love you, robot," and then boom, sewage grate.
She's definitely planning something. I don't know what, but I'm interested to find out.
Well, I don't know what either, but I mean, all in all, I mean, that's as innocent as you could get. That's Colin. What do you?
For sure.
For sure. Come on. What do you have to say?
I remember back when I was that young. No, I really don't. But, I'm just as innocent now as I was back then.
My water heater looks just like that.
Said
Just
nah.
like that.
All right, so we're gonna go on to the next thing. What's the strangest thing you guys have ever done with a cheeseburger?
Oh, well, I mean...
I took the pickles off of it.
All right.
Before and ate it.
I just ate the burgers. Just took the buns off.
I prefer chicken sandwiches.
Have you ever assaulted your mother with a cheeseburger?
Can't,
You got
I
me.
can't say. No, I can't say I have.
Can't say I have.
Well, I have a story for you. Police were called to a house in Indianapolis, Indiana. No, not Florida or Ohio, as we've had some stories about Florida or Ohio. But this one was Indiana, about 12:30 a.m. On Sunday. The two women believed to have started arguing after the mother told the daughter she could no longer stay at her home. So, beats her with a cheeseburger.
I'm not going to say I'm not going to condone assaulting, but not my weapon of choice normally.
No.
Not mine.
It's not normal, but it's not. They're not in cheeseburgers. There's no cheeseburgers in paradise there. So I don't know.
That's a good one.
I guess you could say there's a little bit of beef in this family.
Oh,
That's even better. That's even better. I can't top that.
keep going. What is it, Danny? What do you got?
I'm drawing a blank. I can't.
This story's just cheesy.
Oh my God!
Oh
it
my
just
God.
keeps going and going. See, there's some vulgarity that was sitting here. Hold on. While her daughter was seated in the front passenger seat, she took a bite out of the cheeseburger. Name one other time that you've seen the weapon that you've just used to assault someone with. You took a bite of it. I mean, this is a great story.
This is a win-win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you get to. Okay, never mind. I'll stop there. You get to beat someone, and then you get to eat it afterward. You know,
You still get
it's
to eat
awful,
the cheeseburger. It's okay. Where was the cheeseburger from? Does it say?
I believe McDonald's.
Okay, so McDonald's is
yeah,
like smaller cheeseburger.
you know what? It wasn't. They weren't called to the house in Indianapolis. They were called to a McDonald's restaurant in Indianapolis.
Okay.
The police. They were arguing. The 60-year-old mother was driving the 39-year-old daughter, and I believe that's when the brutality occurred with the cheeseburger.
The burger brutality.
I wonder how soon after the cashier gave them the food.
Yeah.
How fast she just went out there and just wanted to start going to town.
I'll say this: there's a lot more questions than there are answers.
It really has you thinking. But why McDonald's, not Burger King? I mean, I thought for one point when you said seeded, I thought you said seeded like poppy seeds on the bottom.
you know, honestly, it would be really bad. I mean, I guess it is already bad because that people are like Wendy's uses fresh burgers. They were nice and squishy. You know what I mean? But McDonald's, if they use frozen patty, that would hurt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're still talking about cheeseburgers, but that could be a frozen patty in there.
Well, I mean, either way, the burger was going to be cooked. It's not like they when they say frozen patty, they're not just serving you frozen patties.
I don't know. I thought. We'll see.
All right, let's get on with this rodeo. So, quick questions. How many times did it take? I'm assuming that all of you have your driver's license. How many times, real quick, did it take before you passed?
I went 1 for 1. So
1 for 1.
I went 1 for 1 as well.
1 for 1 again.
All right, it's really embarrassing. 2 times. But this, for myself, it was once, failed, and then took it again. After 33 attempts and 25 years, learner driver finally passes his driving test. Young man, or not young, a 42-year-old man from South Yorkshire, England, finally passed his driver's test after 33 attempts.
Well, I know that England's not very good at driving. Have you guys ever see the video of the guy swearing
so
in
mad,
traffic with
yes.
the French
So mad.
driver? So not very good. But to him, all I can say is congratulations. He done it.
He done it.
But also, along with that, though, you're saying that there's awful drivers. This man couldn't even pass his test.
Right.
What does that say about his driving?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
my
there's
goodness.
a lot of this. 85 driving lessons alone, just lessons before even taking the test. He spent 10,000 euros in driving lessons.
I wonder who's better, SpongeBob or this guy?
That's what I'm saying. That's it.
Well,
This
he
is
passed.
the real.
He passed, though. That's the difference.
This
He
guy
passed.
passed.
SpongeBob
This is
never
the-
passed.
This is the real.
SpongeBob.
Exactly.
Now, this guy, I had 56 lessons with my instructor, a.k.a. Mrs. Puff. And eventually he told me to just give up as I would never pass the test. And the driver instructor, he's eating his words now.
Yeah, he really is. But I give him credit, and he proved everyone wrong. And the driver. I credit the person who's teaching him to make it even that long, though. But finally had to do it.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I give full props to this guy. Sorry, I can't speak. For finally passing his test, and good for him. But
jolly good show.
yeah,
As
any
they would say over there.
Fish and chips.
honestly, what can you expect from a country that drives on the wrong side of the road?
Yeah,
That's very
He's
true.
already at a disadvantage to begin with, and now they're trying to make these people actually have to go for tests for their driving.
Right. Yeah.
I
There you have it. Any last words for these stories before we go to commercial?
I just don't want to go over to England now. Just
Right,
avoid
because
that
this
guy.
guy's on the road.
Avoid that guy. And McDonald's.
Yeah, no McDonald's.
no
no burgers
McDonald's.
for me.
Yeah,
I was there before. Probably don't want to go back again now that he's
They
on the road.
they made Five Guys for a reason. So
That
that's
is true. All right, well, we're going to go to a commercial break. Up next, sports. Matt Hagee?
After Hours on CTV is brought to you by Sarah St. Block and Associates. If we can't block you from legal issues, give up. Call us at 724-DONTCAL and ask for extension L.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
One decision, endless possibilities. California University of Pennsylvania opens your mind to more than 130 programs of study. Programs that matter to business, to justice, to our environment, to the future of our world. California University of Pennsylvania, because the world is waiting for you.
Visit or apply online, calu.edu.
Yes, sports are back on After Hours, just for 1 week. I promise, just for this semester, because we are down to the final 4 teams in the NCAA basketball tournament. We're going to break them down. My name is Matt Higgy once again. Alongside of me is Colin Kirkwood, Danny Beck, and joining us, and yes, he is wearing the same Cal golf polo as me, Dylan Godet.
Twins.
Unplanned. But guys, we've made it to the final 4. It's crazy. The Phillies tournament just started. Before we get into the 4 teams that made it, this has been a crazy tournament.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, just look what South Carolina's done. They're going. I don't think they want to give up anytime soon.
They really don't.
And you're talking about crazy. You can't mention, or you can't not mention, 2 of the 1 seeds out with Kansas and Villanova. Both fantastic teams. It stinks that they're not in it because Kansas was my number 1, so struck me right through the heart. But everybody else is laughing, but everybody else's teams are out as well. Yeah. So that's solid.
Yeah, everybody up here, I believe, yeah.
And it's crazy the inexperience of 3 of the teams, that one being Oregon that hasn't played since the 1930s, and then 2 teams that have never once played in the Final Four since ever. So you have 2 teams that never made it, and then you have a team that hasn't played 1939. Yeah, 1939. So pretty incredible there. And then you have UNC that's a powerhouse for those Final Fours ever.
It's been a parity for this tournament. I mean, it was an unpredictable regular season, so I mean, expect nothing less out of this. But I picked Duke. They've lost to South Carolina. I wasn't upset about that. But anyway, getting into the 4 teams we mentioned: Gonzaga, South Carolina, Oregon, North Carolina. Gonzaga and South Carolina will play each other. Oregon and North Carolina will play each other in the other semifinal this Saturday. So, guys, we're going to start with Gonzaga. Gonzaga is one of the 1 seeds that is left out of the West Coast Conference. First time ever making it, as we see some highlights here. And, guys, Gonzaga was always that Cinderella team that the slipper still fits. And now, after all these years, even got some slack this year, even though they only had 1 loss. But Gonzaga, they proved us all wrong, and now here they are in the Final Four for the first time in school history.
Yeah, and I do agree that that they should have gotten some slack. BYU, their 1 loss. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, though. Are they in the NIT?
They made the NIT. They're out of the NIT.
Okay, but just this Gonzaga team being number 1 in defensive efficiency, they like to crack down on teams. And when they crack down, they get the opportunities to make those big dunks. Big man on the inside, too. They're just they're a powerhouse.
Yeah, the pride of Poland. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his first name. I'm going to say Karnowski. But the road to the Final Four here, they beat South Dakota State. I forget who they beat in the second round, but the most notable one was the one over West Virginia that was kind of, and it was, everyone that was watching, at least in this area, was like, wow, I hope Gonzaga loses for a reason, because they got really lucky.
And that was a team, they haven't faced a team like that, and it's a good, everybody's saying it's a good test for them, because WVU plays a lot like how South Carolina's going to play. So that's a team that's very similar to them. Frank Martin and Coach Huggins there for WVU. Frank Martin there for South Carolina. They're very similar coaching styles. So that really prepared them for this Final Four game. And I think if they haven't faced a team like West Virginia, they would be on big upset alert heading into this game.
No question. I think a lot of us thought Xavier was going to give them a run. Xavier was one of the Cinderella stories, but Gonzaga got through. And the guys to watch here, Nigel Williams-Goss, and also I feel like Jordan Matthews is the X factor there. He had the big shot against WVU, but just the way they had. They beat Xavier, too. I think that was probably most impressive. Do you agree, Colin?
Oh, yeah, I do agree. No doubt. I mean, unfortunately, the clock had to strike 12 for Xavier, but, it was fun to watch them the whole way through.
Yeah. And Gonzaga now, they will face South Carolina. But first, before we get into South Carolina, we're going to take a look at Oregon. Oregon, aforementioned, they beat Kansas and you can see the highlights right here. Guys, this Oregon team was good all season. They kind of flew under the radar. They took a couple losses, but here they are, and I think they probably had the most of the 4 Elite 8 games. I think they had the most impressive win over Kansas. Do you agree?
Yeah, I believe. What's the guy's name? Is it Tyler Dorsey?
Yes.
Okay, he's the big. As you were saying that Jordan Matthews was the X factor for this Gonzaga team. He shows up, Tyler Dorsey. Yeah. He's having a fantastic tournament so far. And as I said, Kansas was my pick, so seeing them lose. It hurt a lot, but to an Oregon team that's this good, I really think that they deserve to lose.
And that was basically a home game for
Kansas,
and
absolutely,
and that's a team I've watched them a lot because I'm a WVU fan. They're in the Big 12. I knew that they had a game like that waiting for them. They were sketchy all season long, a couple close wins, and Oregon as a team. This is maybe one of their least talented teams of these teams that have been hyped up, and they're the team that actually makes it to the Final Four, which is a big surprise as well.
It's amazing what a team can do when they're not overhyped. It's kind of like Xavier. Xavier was always hyped, but Dylan Brooks, you forgot about it, but also Jordan Bell had 8 blocks in that game against Kansas. He was,
and they're not even with one of their better players.
Exactly,
their big man's out.
He's taking he's out there taking.
When I was filling out my bracket, I really considered that. Like that team, I knew that Kansas had a tough road, but that Michigan game there in the Sweet 16 was a big battle for them.
Don't forget about Rhode Island. They were down double digits in that game, and they needed 2 threes from Dorsey to get in. So now Oregon makes it. They're going to face North Carolina. But we're going to talk about the other Carolina team right here. South Carolina making their first ever appearance in the Final Four in school history. This team, I'll tell you, they came back against Marquette. They beat Duke. They crushed Baylor, and then right here against their SEC rivals that they lost, that 3 weeks ago they lost by 15 points to, beat Florida. This South Carolina team is a lot of fun.
And I mean, I'll be completely honest, I didn't have them getting out of the first round. I had them getting shut down by Marquette and their amazing three-point shooting that they did this year.
Yes.
But they've been a joy to watch so far, and they really are representing the SEC very well.
And they're a 7 seed, but it's almost a Cinderella story field just because they've never been there. You guys agree with that?
Yeah, and Dylan mentioned it before. Frank Martin knows how to use his players.
He's a very underrated coach.
Very underrated.
Oh my gosh,
very underrated.
That has fire suits. He wears fire suits.
Yes.
Watch this dunk right here. This the emphatic right there. That was Dwayne Notice, and South Carolina's put everyone on notice in this tournament.
A big fan for them as well. Darius Rucker is crying after that game. Very emotional after that win.
I don't blame him, but Snary Thornwell, PJ Dozier really doing great things for them. And they overcame some poor shooting, but they've really got that together. So finally, the fourth team to complete it out, most people expect them to be. I had Kentucky, but North Carolina, national championship last year, they lost to Chris Jenkins at Villanova shot. But here they are. They were a very popular pick to win the national championship with guys like Justin Jackson, Joel Berry. They pulled out some games. They haven't looked great at times, but they're here, and that's what's important. They're in the Final Four again.
Yeah, and let's not forget about the leadership of Kennedy Meeks down there roaming around in the paint.
Yeah, how about that 3? That was a 4-point play there. It was Justin Jackson putting it together. I mean, they're just so good. They make little mistakes. And right here, this was at the end of the game here with Kentucky. Look at that great patience to work that around, get the shot. And this is unbelievable sequence right here. Malik Monk, can't believe he makes this shot, ties it up. North Carolina comes right there and gets it to Luke May. Luke May.
He actually had a fantastic game there in that game.
He had a fantastic game. He still showed up to his 8 a.m. class the next day.
That's right.
And North Carolina is a team, I think, that has a chance to just run away with this tournament, this Final Four, with the leaders like Justin Jackson and Kenny Meeks. Gonzaga and those guys don't have guys like that with the experience of Final Four. I mean, they remember that loss from last season, and I have a feeling that it could get ugly. They're just absolutely, because they have the way more experience than these other teams in this Final Four. It has a chance to just blow it out.
They pretty much, other than Kentucky and also Arkansas, they wiped out Butler. They wiped out their 16 seed they faced. Oh, UC Davis. But all right, real quick, who you got? Colin, we'll start with you.
I'm going to take Oregon and South Carolina in the championship game, and I'm going to take Oregon with it all.
I'm just going to go right to UNC. I think that Roy Williams, I believe, the head coach, we're not talking about him, but he's really the reason why I think that their team is going to be so sound in the playoffs.
I say the old Tobacco Road rivalry there, South Carolina, North Carolina, a little state rivalry in the championship game, and I think North Carolina, just too much experience on that team. I think they run away with it.
Give me the Carolinas and give me North Carolina to win the national championship. So that will do it here for the Final Four segment here on After Hours. Coming up next is Superlatives, and everyone on crew's done it except me and Eva. I guess who's going to be the two on Superlatives?
It wouldn't be me and Eva, would it?
Be me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
See what you did there. Stay tuned. We're coming up next.
Got a quarter?
One decision, endless possibilities. California University of Pennsylvania opens your mind to more than 130 programs of study. Programs that matter to business, to justice, to our environment, to the future of our world. California University of Pennsylvania, because the world is waiting for you.
Visit or apply online, calu.edu.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
And welcome back. Thank you for not leaving us. We're in the superlatives part of the show, and as Matthew Hagee said in the last segment, he's going to be on this segment, and Eva Grove is back with us. Eva, welcome back.
Thank you.
Blessed and humbled to have you two on the desk with me for this superlatives.
I love staying hungry. I really do.
Stay hungry. We're going to get right into it. So you know the concept, you know the drill. Names, I say most likely to blank. They put the names up of who they think fits that category. All right, and we're going to get the first one. Most likely to become a priest or a nun. Ryan? Steve?
And I'm going with the nun. The nun.
Yeah, be a little more specific for that. All right. And Ryan is actually with us in the studio. I know. Ugh, I don't like it either. He's not directing. Anthony D'Agostino is. All right. Back to it. Most likely to be a mall Santa.
Yeah.
You guys are cold, man. You guys are cold. You guys are cold. All right.
It's cold as ice.
Cold as ice. Most likely to be arrested. Sarah, solid. And Cheyenne, two solid ones. I mean, I don't think you guys really have to explain much on those because those are probably the two that I would. And we're gonna go right into the next one. Most likely to smile in their mugshot if they got arrested. Think hard, Ryan. Dylan, okay. I've honestly never seen Dylan smile once. Matt, can you please?
Well, I think he's just saving it for this moment. I think that's what.
Yeah, just waiting for his
saving
big moment. Ryan, or Eva, why
He's
Ryan?
always smiling.
Always smiling. Our little sunshine. All right, here we go. Most likely to go streaking at a sporting event. Oh, Ryan, you're a fan. Matt, look over there. Please don't ever go streaking at a sporting event. All right. Yeah, that's true. Better watch out. All right, here we go. This is a cool one. Most likely to die first in a zombie apocalypse. Eva puts herself up, and he puts Eva up as well. All right. Most likely to be best friends with a hobo. Danny, Anthony. All right.
We're all making friends.
Now that we're gonna get a little bit political. You know, I don't like to get political on you, but most likely to be a Russian spy. Ryan. Steve. What do you mean? I'm not a Russian spy. All right, here we go. Let's see. Most likely to move to a different country. It's a very lighthearted one. Very innocent. Tell him. Brett. Brett's very.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Brett's
looking for.
pretty exotic.
I don't have a Brett one.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
Brett
no,
one.
I didn't have a Brett one, but if I
you know
had
what?
one-
It might have been on the back of here. You see, or maybe Eva has two
No,
Brett
that's
ones.
fine.
Do I have two breaths?
I don't know, but
Maybe.
you know what?
I would
I'd
say
probably-
Brett. I would say Brett.
I would agree with
yeah.
that. Brett's
I
a
do.
pretty exotic person. You know, I could see him. I could see him accidentally moving to a different country. You know, Brett just kind of like skips class
Oh,
one day.
instead of moving the Georgia, the state, he moved to Georgia, the country.
Right, exactly. I don't know, just a very weird series of events. Here's a neat one. Most likely to steal candy from a baby. Anthony, right? Sarah. I honestly, out of the two, Sarah's cold-hearted, man. She got a heart of rock. She will steal candy from a baby instantly, no questions asked. All right, let's see here. Most likely to drop out and join the circus.
That's an easy one.
Easy one. Ryan and Tree.
That's good. I didn't think about
Tree is our pretty new guest. I'd say he's still the rook. You know, he's over here. They're saying his beard. You know. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he's a bearded lady. Bearded lady. I'd go Colin. Colin's our new guy. Yeah.
Good pick.
Let's see. No, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Most likely to star in a reality TV show. Dylan and Steve. Dylan, let's make a reality TV show. How about it? All right, we're going to do two more, and they kind of go hand in hand. Most likely to be a stay-at-home dad.
That is a
Man,
tough one.
Yeah,
that
these
is a
are
tough
I
one.
like these ones.
Dad.
Steve, Dad. Ryan, those are two. I could see it. That's actually my life goal. I'm going to be a gold digger, be a stay-at-home dad.
Sweet.
Most likely to become a stay-at-home mom. It's so tough because we have, 3 choices? Eva, Sarah. Well, Sam still
Who did you
needs
pick?
a name card.
Or Sarah? Sarah wins.
Sarah and Shy.
You're going to hold up Steve for a second. It was Steve.
I'm mom and dad. That's gonna wrap it up for our superlative sections. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for joining me on this desk. Again, I was blessed and humbled of all sorts. With
Retweet my tape.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys again. It was fun. Another episode of After Hours in the books. I was Stephen Ruffing for everyone in the studio. It's a packed house for Anthony D'Agostino in the back. Join again next time in 2 weeks. Good night, everyone.